everyone, and welcome to the Cardinal Stadium for CTN's live coverage of the 2024 high school football season opener on a bright, sunny Friday morning as the Coon Rapids Cardinals host the defending state champions from Centennial. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, not what anyone expected, but a glorious day for football.
A rare 10 a.m. start on a Friday morning, definitely, but I'm as excited as a kid in a candy store, and I'm usually a kid in a candy store. So this is going to be a fun. Obviously, you're playing the defending state champions, and so your work is cut out for you. You've lost a lot from a year ago. As Coach Rustin said, our team is kind of unknown at this point.
Well, so are the Cougars. Yes, they were the defending state champions. Their only loss to Maple Grove in week 3, but they lost everybody. 17 total seniors. Their senior class counted for more than 3,000 yards and 45 touchdowns just in the run game. That also includes their starting quarterback, who threw for 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. So they're replacing everybody. A lot of unknowns on both sides. So we'll look at the quarterbacks for both sides, because both quarterbacks stepping into new roles. More so on Centennial's side, just the second year as a quarterback for their man under center.
Yeah, Isaac Belinsky-Strauss, and he's a junior, and I think he has one varsity start, I believe. So an opportunity for them to grow with him. This is a good opportunity for him to come out on a Friday morning, get his first varsity start.
Yeah, I think the conditions are much more what these boys are used to on both sides of the ball, because they've been practicing in the mornings for the last couple of weeks. On the other side, Jeremy Oddie did get some time under center last year in a couple of different games. He put up good numbers, relatively speaking, considering his short time, and now the job is his.
I'm excited to watch Jeremy progress as this season goes on. You know, he's not the tallest in stature, probably one of your favorite players on the team, but he's very dynamic. He's got good running skills, and he's working on his passing. And I think that, what the Cardinals want to do this year is they want to establish the run to set up some passing.
And we will see if they can get the job done. They kick off the season next on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So Sports Nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And Sports Nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Back at the stadium, bathed in sunlight on a Friday morning. This game originally scheduled to take place last night, but the decision made early yesterday to postpone due to severe weather coming in, and it turned out probably a good decision. It blew through here well before game time, but the rain persisted throughout the evening, so would have been a sloppy game, and now you have just a gorgeous day. The biggest thing to contend with weather-wise is the bright sun in your eyes.
Yeah, and then here, there's a shot of head coach Nick Russin. Nick, we had a chance to talk to Nick, obviously, at midfield before the game, and he talked about the fact this team is kind of unknown. You know, he lost so much on both sides of the ball from a year ago, especially some playmakers on offense and a lot of tackles on defense. As you could say the same thing about that man right there, Mike Diggins. He lost a lot, as you mentioned, 17 seniors from a season ago. So both teams coming into this game, Joe, with some question marks, and they want to see how things unfold.
Boom! Jackson Young gets the season underway. It's taken from the 3 by Marshawn Cullivan. He finds some room down the right side. A huge return, just one man to beat. Jackson Young can't upend him. He does slow him down, but he will return all the way to the Coon Rapids 25-yard line.
You talk about a dynamic play to start the game here this afternoon or this morning. You could see it happening. You could see what a really nice job the special teams did on that play. They're going to seal off the wing and the edge. I mean, look at the blocking up front, and then he just uses his speed to get past some of those players. And you're right, Jackson Young able to get a little bit of him, allowing his teammates to come up and making sure they made a stop before he could take it to the house.
Parker Nick able to finish the tackle at the 25, but deep into plus territory for Centennial to start their first offensive possession of the season.
Not the way the Cardinals want to start here.
Polinsky Strauss under center, sends a man in motion, hands it off to Brady Halfman, and he has a big gain, a first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, the battle I'm going to be watching quite a bit here today is that battle up front between that defensive front for Coon Rapids and the offensive line for Centennial. They've got some big boys up front, obviously opened up a nice hole. I think the key to the season defensively is tackling for Coon Rapids. I think they have to do a really good job of getting contact on the player and bringing him down. There's a movement.
And so Coon Rapids gives up a big return. One run for a first down, and now a flag that puts them back inside their 10-yard line. Motion to the left, handoff goes to Melzer left side. He dives forward for a couple. He's going to be about a yard shy of the marker, so it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 5.
Oh, this is a big first drive for this defense to see if they can step up and stop him in this situation, but obviously 4-down territory here for the Cougars.
Motion goes to the right, handoff goes to Melzer again. He'll have it up for a first down. He stood up at about the 3. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars.
The Cardinal uniforms are tough to read from the front. I was trying to see who made that tackle, but I can't read his number from up here.
Big test for the Cardinal defense early, backed up to their own goal line. 1st and goal from the 3. They'll put the pro set in the backfield for the offense. Melzer running left side, and he is wrapped up and stopped at the 1-yard line. Big tackle for Cody DeGogo.
And Bryce Karen as well, both those two young men in on that tackle. Again, just using their strength to make sure he wasn't going to gain any advantage.
Ball at the 2, so a gain of just 1. Melzer in the backfield has Ben Clausen, his split back on the right side. Halfman on the wing on the left. Run goes that way. Melzer's into the end zone easily, and the Cougars on the board. Less than 3 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, and again, just a great surge by the big boys up front just to open up that huge hole, and he's able to get into the end zone relatively easily as you mentioned.
Met no resistance as he easily trots in. It all started with a huge special teams play. The offense takes care of business, and they are on the board. Justin Driver out to attempt the extra point. It is good, and it is a 7-0 lead for Centennial.
Well, again, let's take another look at this. Look at the push up front. I mean, body on body, hat on hat, and it just pushing that back, that front row of Coon Rapids defensive line backwards and allowing him to, as you mentioned, easily walk into the end zone. Now, Joe, it'll be interesting to see how the Cardinal offense responds after giving up, defense giving up a score here based on that long run. So Coach Diggins has to be happy with the fact that got a nice play from the special teams unit and was able to punch it in.
Taylor Neal and Danny Scheller are the deep backs for the Cardinals. Would love to have the same kind of success on a return that their counterpart did on the other side of the field to get this game started.
You know, Danny Scheller is going to be a major part of this team. Really on both sides of the ball. He starts as the starting running back on the offensive side, obviously the kick returner, and also plays on the defensive side as a starter as well. So he's a young man, great athlete that is going to accomplish a lot here at Coon Rapids.
Justin Driver sends this one to the left and out of bounds, and Coon Rapids will start with a good field position from their own 35.
Yeah, I mean, again, this great field position, and that's good for the Cardinals. So that way they're not backed up towards their own end zone to start their first drive here of the 2024 season.
It eliminates the opportunity to have that big return like we saw from Carlvin to get this game underway. But like you said, it keeps you from starting deep in your own end as well.
Hey, you'll take the 35. Changing out footballs. He's weighing up, make sure. We're ready to go. First offensive drive for the Cards.
Adi will start out of the pistol as Danny Scheller in the backfield with him. He will hand the ball off. Scheller looking for room on the right, able to get outside, and a nice gain out close to the first down. He's dragged out about a yard shy.
Oh, you talk about some nice moves by young Mr. Scheller. He's able to jump to the outside, and there was a defender right there, Joe, and he put a little juke on him and able to get around him to pick up that nice 9-yard gain.
And a lot in the playbook for second and short. And now shotgun formation with a couple of guys in the backfield with him. Can do a lot of option this year. This time they hand to Scheller again, looks for a hole, doesn't find it. Spins back, he's going to be stopped. It looks like he might have enough, and he'll have the first down and at least move the chains.
Yeah, then good pursuit there by the defense to make sure that's all he got.
Well, they saw him bounce to the outside on first down. They did not allow it on second, but he did get enough to get the nose of the football to the 45-yard line, move the chains, and get a fresh set of downs. 3 receivers left side for the Cardinals. Adi with Scheller in the backfield with him. He got him to jump, and he'll get free 5 yards.
Hey, take the free yards anytime you can get them. But yeah, Joe, it'll be good for the Cardinals to see if they can respond here and move the football. Obviously want to come away with points, but I think just establish an offensive rhythm, kind of get into your game plan a little bit more, and I think that's something that's really important for Coon Rapids here to start this one.
1st and 5 from midfield. Jeremiah Walker, a big fella, out there on the wing. He's in the slot on the left side, listed as a tight end. They'll run to the right. Adi flips late to Scheller. Scheller out of bounds. After a gain of about 4.5, they're going to put him just shy of that first down marker, but second and less than a yard.
And just that nice quick flip. You have to be concerned, too, for the defense, if you're the defense, about Adi running the football as well. So you can't commit right away, and then just nice little flip to pick up some positive yardage.
Second one.
Walker now split on as a flanker on the right side, and will go in motion to the left. Hand off to Scheller right up the middle. He's got the first down, still fighting for more. He'll be dragged down after a gain of about 3. 1st and 10 from the 42.
You know, we've seen a lot of Danny Scheller in the last year or so, not only on the gridiron, but also on the diamond, and he's just a competitive athlete. He likes to win. You see him doing a really nice job of continuing to keep his feet moving forward, picking up that first down and a little extra positive yardage.
Three receivers left side again for Adi out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Scheller left side this time, and he's hit and stopped after a gain of about 3.
You know, he gets that initial burst, but the Cougar defense does a really good job of getting to him. You're going to see him just slip a tackle there, but a couple of white jerseys making sure they bring him to the ground.
Well, this is the first time Coon Rapids has had a second down and more than a yard.
Well, I mean, you want to try and pass the ball too. You know, you want to just keep it on the ground. You want to mix things up. So we'll see what.
We have yet to see Adi keep it on the option as well. He talked about it. It's something they got to be concerned about.
Yep.
But he hasn't shown it to them yet. Movement on the right side. He rolls that way, looking to throw, and that is well out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd down.
Get that.
Loic Joitza was the intended receiver down the right sideline.
You know, and I think Adi realized too. It wasn't the prettiest of passes, no, but I think he was tightly covered, and I think there was only one spot to put it in, and he realized he wasn't going to fit it in that window. So get it out of bounds and start to play over. But now you're in 3rd and long, and now again in a passing situation. So it'll test Mr. Adi.
Joitza, the man in motion. Adi on the keeper. Thought about pitching to Joitza. Will cut back against the grain. Fumble, ball's out. Centennial's on top of it.
Again, you're just trying to make something out of nothing and trying to get to that marker and trying to be careful with the football. That time, a big hit dislodged it, and right there, the Cougars are there to pounce on the lost football. You can see it right there, poked out. Nice job poked out there.
Josh O'Shea with the forced fumble. And the Cougars take over at their own 39-yard line on top 7-0. 6:39 to play, 1st quarter. Handoff right side for Halfman. Picks up about 4.
And the key this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, for the Cardinal defense is that, you know, the big guys up front for Centennial are opening up a small space for the running back, but your linebackers and your safeties, your defensive back, they have to make sure they do a good job of closing in and wrapping up. So if you get past that first initial line, you've got to be able to make sure you bring them down for minimal gain.
2nd and 7 from the 42. Strauss under center. Handoff goes to Melzer right side, and they just force their way forward for another couple. It'll be 3rd and 5.
On that day, good job by the defense, just swarming around there, making sure he didn't gain more than those 2 yards. You put him in a 3rd, and I'll say it's manageable, but it's a little bit longer situation. Probably not 4th down territory from where you are in the field, so a big stop hopefully coming up for the Cardinal defense. That's something that they're going to look for right here.
Cougars did not face a 3rd down in their opening possession, which again started at the Coon Rapids 25-yard line. 3rd and 5 here from their own 44. They're going to roll to the left, run an option of their own. Belinsky Strauss keeps it, and he's going to be stopped about a yard shy.
My guess is I'm assuming they're going to go for it. I think they'll keep that offense on the field, and they do. Again, just a great job stepping up. A missed tackle right there. Would have had an opportunity to force a punt, but unfortunately not wrapping it up, allowing him to gain that extra yardage needed to get it close to the marker.
Centennial stays in the wing tee, or goes back to the wing tee perhaps. Melzer is the deep back. Belinsky Strauss under center. Motion goes to the right. Melzer runs that way, stumbles way ahead of the line. He ends up gaining 11, just needed a yard.
Well, and again, when you have that, those big boys up front, you've got an opportunity to open some holes, and he does a really nice job of moving through.
So a gain of 12 as they spot him right at the Coon Rapids 40-yard line. And much like the touchdown run for Melzer, kind of leaned forward expecting more contact and didn't receive it, just kept his legs going. This one on the sweep and a huge hole left side. Dietrich all the way down inside the 15-yard line. The Cougars are knocking again.
Yeah, and again, just great work up front. Open that hole, hold your blocks as you're in offense. I mean, look at the surge by that offensive line. Just making sure you're pushing that front wall, the Cardinals back, not allowing them to get over to make a play on the ball. And all of a sudden now you're relying on your defensive backs to make tackles.
26-yard gain. Longest offensive play of the game so far for the Cougars, and it has them back in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 14. Melzer again running right, gets helped from behind by Belinsky Strauss. Help push him forward for another yard or so.
Again, wrapping up tackle is very important here in this situation. You're down by they're at your goal line, or go close to your goal line anyway, and tackling is going to be extremely important here. See the time tick away here in the first quarter. We're down to 3 minutes remaining.
2nd and 8. Cougars taking their time on the side. Handoff goes right up the middle, and not a lot there. A couple for Melsner. He's going to be stopped at the 10. Be 3rd and 5.
Well, we'll see if they continue to push the ball, or will they try and catch the defense off guard with something with a trick play at this point. But I mean, you're 4-down territory. You've got a couple of plays to work with here, and an opportunity to gain a 1st down.
Third and 6, just outside the 10-yard line. Play action, rolling back. Short throw is complete. Diving and touchdown for Kellen Binder.
Kind of like I thought. Again, you're running the ball on him. The defense thinks you're going to push that ball through the middle. You fake that run. You get the defense to commit. Then you get that little swing pass. And good blocking on the outside allows them to get to the end zone.
Had a couple of levels of receivers out there. Binder had a step on his man, able to dive for the pylon, cross the plane, and give his team a 2-score lead. Still in the first quarter, 1:50 to go. Driver's kick is well wide and short. Spun off the top of his foot, no good. It's 13-0 in favor of Centennial.
Yeah, not the prettiest extra point attempt that I've seen, but just a nice play. Look at the defense commit to the run, and then he's going to roll the opposite way and they'll throw that swing pass. And just a great job by Binder to keep about his feet, make sure that he dove for that pylon, and he was able to get it across the stripe for the score. So Joe, now offensively, you're down by 2 scores. Now maybe does that change your game plan a little bit in terms of what you want? I don't think it does. I think you still want to establish your ground game here if you're the Cardinals, but you can ill afford to turn the ball over for certainly and also give up additional scores.
Well,
so,
I think that was step 1 of the game plan, is take care of the football on both sidelines.
Absolutely.
Goal 1, protect the football. Goal 2, keep it away from your opponent.
So Nick's keys to the game was the first key was discipline your fundamentals. Make sure you do the right things, then take care of the football. Do not turn the ball over, because this is a pretty good team in Centennial, and you can ill afford to give them extra chances.
Driver's first kickoff was out of bounds. See if he's able to put it in play this time. This boot kind of right down the middle, and a good one, fielded at the 5-yard line. Taylor Neal able to get it out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So solid return, and Coon Rapids has to brush off the dust and get back to work.
Yeah, again, they'll continue to do the things. I know that Coach Russin has plays scripted out ahead of time, so they'll continue to run that. We've only seen the offense on the field for one series. And they were able to gain some yardage, too, and they were just unfortunate you get the turnover.
6 runs, 1 pass that was incomplete. And of course, the 6th run ended with a fumble and a turnover. Adi with a couple of friends in the backfield to start first and 10 from the 25. Handoff goes underneath for Joitza, and he's going to pick up a couple. Not a lot of room in the middle of this Centennial defense.
I don't know if there's a little, looked like that was a little high, and they had to put it up top by his shoulder pads in order to give him the ball. So he had to delay for a split second.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 29-yard line. Adi out of the shotgun, has 2 receivers on either side this time. Sends a man in motion from right to left. Looking to pass, wants to air it out down the right side. Coming back to make the catch is Harold Berry, and he's got a first down into Centennial territory at the 45.
Oh, we saw some quality minutes last season by Harold Berry, and that's just your receiver helping your quarterback out. Pass wasn't where it really needed to be, but he stopped, readjusted, and able to step in front of the defender and make the catch.
Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Coon Rapids trailing 13-0. Their second possession, first one, ended with a turnover in Centennial territory. Now with a fresh set of downs from the 46. Adi looking to throw again down the right side for Berry, this time too far, incomplete.
Oh, Haji Harris with the coverage for the Cougars. Did a nice job, was just staying with them.
It was a prettier ball from Adi.
Yep.
Not in a place where Berry could get to it. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 46. Crowds maybe a little bit smaller than they might have been on a Thursday night under the lights. But
it's a holiday weekend. People have plans.
Fans from both sides trying to make themselves heard. Little play action screen pass set up for Loic Joitza, but incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long.
Cardinals very fortunate that ball wasn't picked off because there was nobody in front of him. You're going to see it hang up a little bit. now puts in an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long.
Well, we've seen a run-heavy offense, and they get to this spot on the field through their first completed pass, but now 2 incompletions puts them at 3rd and 10. Gotti in trouble, a lot of pressure coming, trying to find his way back. He fumbled again, and again, Centennial is on top of it. They'll take over at their own 48-yard line.
That's just the defense being capitalizing on an opportunity there. I think the Cardinals get it?
Oh, they are
did.
saying that Coon
Scheller
Rapids
jumped
recovers.
on it.
So from here, I think we see the punt team for the first time. Yeah, 4th and 11 from the 47.
But I mean, look at there. There's 2 white jerseys not unblocked.
Well, they knew they just
knew,
swarmed
well,
to the ball. They all out blitz.
Yep.
They're going to let the quarter expire and make their decision for 4th and 11 after this. It's all Centennial in the first quarter. You're watching the 2024 season opener on CTN. Rough start to the season for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Quarterback Jeremy Oddie, his debut as the #1 guy, has dropped the ball to the turf twice. Fortunately, they were able to hop back on it and at least get a chance to punt it away here. I would assume, as the offense is staying over there, that we will see our first punt.
Yeah, well, they have to punt in this situation, I believe.
Taylor Neal will handle the punting for the Cardinals. Marshawn Carlvin is the return man back inside his own 20. We saw what he can do on the opening kick. Low snap. Neal able to get away a pretty good punt. Will take a Centennial bounce. The Cardinals hop on it at the 26-yard line as Carlvin backed away from it immediately.
Yeah, Joe, now defense, this is huge play. This is a huge series for the defense. Down by 2 scores, 13-0 at this point. An opportunity to see if the defense can get a stop and get the ball back to the offense, because that is certainly what they need.
Worst starting field position for Centennial.
Yep.
Other drives started at the Coon Rapids 25 and the Cougar 39. Both ended in the Cardinals' end zone. Handoff on the sweep, and not a ton of room there for Tanner Dietrich this time. We saw he broke the big run off. Oh, sorry, that was Halfman, 28, not 20. Second and 5 from the 32. Motion going to the right. They try and run up the middle, and that goes nowhere. They were ready for Melzer this time.
Yeah, maybe gave him a yard. But now puts them in a 3rd and long situation, and I just talked about it. Defense is going to be very important right here. And, they need a stop.
Centennial 1 for 2 on 3rd down. This will be 3rd and 4. Most important play of the ball game so far for the Cardinal defense. Handoff goes to Melzer off the left side. He's got the 1st down out to the 40-yard line.
You look at your big boys up front, and you said, let's open up some holes. I'll get the 1st down, and they certainly did.
Melzer has had a very solid start as the main back for this ball club.
He's not happy with the start. He says, this is an early start for me.
And again, this is a team that lost their top 4 rushers. Their top guy had 1,400. Their quarterback was their 2nd leading rusher at 675. Long pass thrown up on the right side. What a catch! And still going is Max Johnson. No one's going to catch him. They finally decide to throw, and it's a 60-yard touchdown. Belinsky Strauss really just kind of threw that up for grabs. Johnson went up and got it, came down, and took off.
Sometimes when you know that your receiver is very good at 50-50 balls, you throw it up there for him and you let him make a play on it, and he certainly did. And again, just did a really nice job of making sure he stayed on his feet and continued to move forward, and just a beautiful play. That was a nice strike. And when you have questions of your quarterback because he hasn't had a lot of varsity play and he makes a play like that, you have to feel pretty good, because now this is really the 3rd score of the morning for the Cougars.
Driver pounds this one through. Now 2 for 3 on extra points, and it's a 20-0 lead for Centennial.
Yeah, that's again demoralizing play. Take another look at it. You mentioned he threw it up, but he threw it in a place where he gave his receiver a chance, and he just goes up and over the defender.
Yeah, Taylor Neal had relatively good position, just could not get the hops up to interfere with it.
Look at the elevation, and he's just going to get up there and beat him to the ball, and then making sure that he brought it in and making sure he kept his feet in bounds, and then said, you know what, I have an opportunity to score a touchdown, and he did. Coach Nene Bryan over talking to his guys, trying to figure out what he needs to do to get this defense.
And you understand with how little they pass, that you might not have a guy over the top. But credit to Belinsky Strauss.
Yep.
Recognized the single coverage down the right wing and gave his guy a chance. As you mentioned, he went up and got it. And just an outstanding catch by Max Johnson, and then finished it in the end zone, 60 yards. 4 plays to go, 73 yards, and this boot from Driver into the end zone for a touchback. So the hole a little bit deeper for Jeremy Oddie and the Cardinal offense. Still a lot of time to go here in the 2nd quarter. Just a tick under 10 minutes.
Yeah, plenty of time, obviously, but you need an answer. You need something. First and foremost, you need to hang on to the football. That's the most important thing. Obviously, they were fortunate they got that last one back, but you have to hang on to the football.
Hey, DJ.
So they start from their own 20-yard line. Oddie with Scheller in the backfield behind him. Not able to get the Cougars to jump. Rolling left, option play, flip to Scheller. He gets around the corner, but forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
Yeah, you're playing against a defense that pursues to the ball very well. And that play seemed to be a little late to set up, and then the flip to Scheller, he didn't really have an opportunity to get anything positive at this point, just a couple of yards, but good flow to the ball by the defense.
So 2nd and 6 for the Cardinals from their 24. 3 receivers on the right side. Adi steps up, now wants to run. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. It'll be 3rd down.
You know, we talk about Jeremy Adi's size, not the biggest of athletes. He's going to take a pounding in the middle like that on that kind of a play. He's going to take a walk over, get the play from the sideline. But now you're in a situation where it's 3rd and relatively long, and you've got you're probably back in a passing situation, and you've got to try and establish that.
And we'll see. We saw last time they were 3rd and long. Centennial brought the house on the blitz. Spread out with 3 on the right side. Scheller is still in the backfield. No tight ends. 3-man front for Centennial. But the linebackers are staying tight. They'll bring 4. And there's a flag and a stoppage. And got to imagine that's going to back Coon Rapids up a couple more.
Yep. I don't know if it was illegal motion. So that's going to make it 3rd and 11, Joe, and that's going to make it much more difficult for your offense in this situation. You're backed up against your goal line, and you've got to come up with at least an 11-yard pass, or you better get some blocking and get somebody in space.
You mentioned they needed an answer in this really kind of a critical series for the Cardinals, which means this 3rd and 11, kind of monumental early in the 2nd quarter. Still a lot of game to go, obviously, but now you're in a position where if you don't get those 11 yards, even a punt is not going to push Centennial back deep in their own end, which certainly hasn't been a problem from them so far. And Adi does not have the time he needs getting to him and taking him down for the sack. Aiden Evans.
About 6'3", 230. Young Mr. Evans is a big body. You're going to see him just fight off a block there, and Adi has no chance to deliver the ball.
Loss of 8 yards, backs them up to their own 11, and we'll see the punt coming out of the end zone.
Yeah, it's again very difficult.
Looks like Javius Goodman is taking it. What I see, right? Number 45. Nope, that's not even close to being 45. This is Evan Hatampa. And the Cardinals are going to make it even more difficult. Oh no, encroachment. They'll get a little more room.
Oh, that's good. They can use it.
So that brings the punter out of the end zone at least. Now standing at the 2-yard line. Tampa's from his own 2-yard line. Carlvin standing at the Coon Rapids 42. Bit of a high snap, it's blocked into the end zone, and Centennial is going to recover for a touchdown.
What else can go wrong for the Cardinals here to start this 2024 season? And again, you give him credit. I believe that was Aiden Evans as well on that. Comes up with a big sack. And
well, it's Evan Just, I believe, as it gets the block.
Gets the block, right. And then I think Evans is going to fall
95?
on it.
Yeah, it is.
So he's had a nice series on the defensive side for the Cougars. And all of a sudden now with 7:02 remaining, Joe, in this opening half, it's 26-0. And I see some Cardinal players on the sidelines hanging their head a little bit.
They've got the offense out there. They're going to go for 2.
I get it.
Try and make it 28.
I get it. Why not? At this point in the game, why not?
Cardinals
There you
jump. They're going to make
Let's
it easier. It'll put them halfway to the. So now they only have to punch it in from the 1.5. You asked what else could go wrong. How about a penalty on the PAT?
Yeah. Yep. Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. At least on things like that. Some people may want me to keep my mouth shut all the time.
So 2 punts in this first half for the Cardinals. 2 different guys. Handoff inside is good to Melzer, and it is 28-0.
Yeah,
one was a short-ish punt that took a bad bounce, and this one obviously didn't get hardly off the punter's foot.
Well, it looked like he had a little trouble controlling it at first, had to readjust it before he could kick it.
Well, first one was a low snap.
Yep.
That was when Taylor Neal was punting,
Yep.
and this time Evan Hitampa, and it was kind of a high snap.
And then just relatively easy play to get the 2-point conversion to make it that 28-0 score, I guess, where we sit now. If you're Coach Russin, you're scratching your head a little bit, saying, what do we need to do? We're not moving the ball much on offense. Our defense is struggling, so we have to make some adjustments on the fly, and that's what the coach's job is to do, is to make those adjustments, and so they will do that. I mean, I've got all the confidence in the world in this coaching staff.
Not even midway through the second quarter, Centennial leads 28-0. Justin Driver, another big boot deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Driver drove that one.
So the offense, after getting bottled up in their own end on their last possession and forced backwards, right back on the field after another big special teams play for Centennial. Don't forget, this game started with a 75-yard or 70-yard return for the Cougars to get them deep into Cardinal territory. They later punched it in and started the scoring. And their offense has been perfect. 3 for 3 possessions, ending in the end zone. The only little snag was the missed extra point on touchdown number 2, but they made up for it with a 2-point conversion there after the block punt into the end zone for a touchdown. Pitch goes left. Scheller trying to cut back. Absolutely no room. He'll lose a half a yard.
Yeah, again, it's just that pursuit by the defense. You're watching that.
Brock Burgraff, one of their captains, just sealed that edge.
I mean, they pursued of the ball so well.
Sorry, Ben Clausen sealed the edge.
Yeah, Clausen got Scheller in a pickle and was able to put him to the turf. That's the only time I can use that this year, maybe. And I promise it'll be only once a game. Neil Hennon says he deep fried him.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Danny Scheller is in the slot on the left side. He will motion into the backfield, and he will take the handoff, trying to run the sweep. Trying to get around the corner, and he'll get dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a yard. Robert Kennedy just grabbed the back of his jersey and took him down. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
The Kennedy I thought was Cooper Smith, but nonetheless, I thought it was 42.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong roster, sorry. You're right, Caden Coppersmith.
Yeah, he did a nice job again, just making sure that's arm strength. You're grabbing the back of the jersey because Scheller's a strong young man. I mean, he was able to pull him to the turf.
Third and 10. Cougars not going to jump again. High snap, Adi. Little swing pass to Scheller in space, but
Those
numbers come quickly. He looked upfield and saw 4 white jerseys streaming at him. It's a gain of about 4, but it'll be a punting situation, you think, in 3rd and 4th and 7.
Yes, absolutely. Justin Driver doing a really nice job, amongst others, that high snap again, then the quick throw to Scheller, but watch number 9 come into your picture, number 9, and get a play on the ankles.
Neal is punting again. Carlvin standing at the Coon Rapids 47 this time. Another low snap. Neal able to get it off. Carlvin will take it from the 49. Looking to his left, makes a man miss, picks up a blocker. He's got room down the sidelines inside the 20 and chased out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to put him out at the 12.
And again, really nice blocking. That punt was right to him where he needed it to be, and he used his speed to get to the outside. That low snap, good job picking it up off the turf. But again, watch the blocking, and then using his speed to gain around 3 defenders to start in excellent field position for an opportunity for another score here for Centennial. We're just a little under 5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Already 28-0 with the Cougars knocking at the door again.
Play action rolling out is Belinsky. Strauss tracked down. He got it off, but it'll be caught out of bounds. Had 1 man against 2 in that back corner. Kellen Binder had the touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's awfully tough to fit it into that window. And again,
no, it was in the second quarter. He had the last touchdown.
Just throw into that corner of the end zone. The receiver had about a half a step on the defenders, but again, that pass just too far to the outside.
So 2nd and 10 from the Cardinal 12. Motion goes to the left. Melzer goes up the middle on the left side and pushes his way down close to the 5-yard line.
No, they'll be patient on this drive. They know they can run the football. Again, they've been pushing around that defensive front for Coon Rapids here all half long.
Third and 2 from the 4. Melzer again, he's into the end zone, and the lead is 34.
Wait, the far sideline bleachers have filled up fairly nicely for a 10 o'clock start on a Friday morning, and they're very happy of what they're seeing. They have dismantled the Cardinals here so far in this first half, and have run up the score. They've obviously been the better team at this point.
Well, this one was quick and easy. 3 plays, 12 yards. Took 42 seconds off the clock. Kick for Drivers up and good. It's a 35-point lead for the Cougars.
Yeah, and you know, the more that the offense has been sputtering a little bit, that defense for Centennial has really been stepping up as well and making life miserable for Coon Rapids on the offensive side of the ball here in this first half. It's Cowboy morning. Is it afternoon yet? No, it's still not afternoon yet. The Cardinals have a blackout for their student section.
And they have had nothing to cheer about yet.
Absolutely not.
And Centennial couldn't have asked for, you know, a much faster start. They get a 70-plus yard return on the opening kickoff. They're in the end zone 5-6 plays later, and they have been non-stop ever since, up 35-0 with 5 minutes still to go. 4 minutes still to go in the opening half. Third touchback of the morning for the kicker, Justin Driver.
Yeah, and you give them a long field, give the Cardinals a long field, and where their offense has not clicked at this point yet in the season.
Coach Diggins and his staff on the far sideline have to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you came in again with so many unknowns. You lost 17 players from a state championship team that lost just one game all of last year. These guys had some guys, obviously, who got some time during that championship season, and a lot more that were at least on the sidelines to gain that experience. But you had a lot of question marks, a lot of unknowns, and boy, have they answered the bell here in the opening half.
They really have.
Jeremy Oddie keeps it on the option, goes up the middle for a gain of 3. And Coon Rapids, again, a lot of question marks on their sideline as well, and knowing coming in that they're going to be a run-based offense, not a team that is built to dig out of a 35-point hole.
No, definitely not.
Now you put it in a position where Adi is, again, maybe his main attribute is his speed and elusiveness as a runner and running that option. Now you're looking at him to have to pass a lot more than you would have liked.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to find out what you have in a passer, obviously, and a thrower with Jeremy Adi in this situation. Coach Russin calling a timeout here first of the game for the Cardinals. He just wants to make sure his offense is on the same page. He knows they're struggling. Points on the board would be huge if possible before the end of this half for Coon Rapids. Huge. They need some sort of momentum to carry him into the halftime. Because right now they don't have it.
Just 3 first downs in the ball game so far. The last couple of possessions, they found themselves really bottled up deep in their own end. Adi dropped it, but bounced right back to him. Flip goes to Lifaka in the backfield, and he's stopped for a loss.
I'll tell you, that's a great open field tackle by Evan Just. I mean, that's how you draw it up. That's how you do it on defense. You tackle him for a loss. And again, just a one-on-one play, and you go low and you bring him down.
He's had a nice start to his season. Evan Just had the punt block. That was then recovered in the end zone by Aiden Evans. And the Cougar defense again has the Cardinals in a third long situation deep in their own end. Send Walker in motion. Rolling right, Adi chased. Able to get a block, find a little bit of room, gets the ball off. It's incomplete, and he took a hard hit.
He did.
But it'll be 4th and long.
You're punting again. There you see the time remaining in the half, 2:30.
So Taylor Neal will have his 3rd chance to punt. And while you want to see a good booming punt, you don't want to give their return man, Marshawn Carlvin, any room. He's shown what he can do, and he has twice set his team up with very short fields. And here he is looking to field a punt from inside Cardinal territory again. To kind of a bad angle and just kind of walks away from it. But even with a Cardinal roll, it's not going to get to midfield. Cougars will take over in plus territory, 2:20 to go in the first half. already up 35-0.
Yeah, we'll see what they do in this situation. Will they just continue to just try and run the ball and play out the half up 35-0, or they continue to work on their game and continue to try and get some additional scoring on the scoreboard here before the break?
I would say they're almost guaranteed going to push for the end zone.
Yeah.
But I think they can do that in 2:20.
Oh, easily.
With their running game.
Absolutely.
And knowing they have all 3 timeouts should they need them.
Well, you know, and their line up front's doing a really good job of winning the battle at the point of attack. Have a different quarterback in under center.
Well, they've got new pieces everywhere.
Yeah, that's Brody McNamara, senior.
Dylan Zhang is the ball carrier.
Well, you have the luxury, Joe. When you're up 35-0 at the break, you have the luxury of getting guys in that may not have seen action in a close game. And so you have that opportunity to develop other players just in case, God forbid, somebody gets hurt. And you've got somebody with some experience already this year to step in.
This time the run goes left side. Tanner Dietrich, he had a big run in the first. This time he stopped for a loss of about 2. It'll set up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, again, no hurry at this point, as we have a minute and a half remaining in the opening half.
Hand off to Zhang. Down to the 42-yard line. It'll set up 4th and 3. Hoping they can get the Cardinals to jump. They don't. They'll take a timeout. 40 seconds on the clock to decide what they want to do here.
We'll see if we decide to punt the ball, or at this point with 40 seconds left, I would just continue to keep the ball on the ground.
I would be shocked if they punted the ball.
I would continue to keep the ball on the ground.
Of course, I'm a little surprised to see the second unit come in
this early.
Just because of where you were on the field in the game, 2 minutes left, a chance to. I mean, you're clearly in full control at 35-0, but an opportunity to really put that final nail in the coffin before halftime.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the starters start the second half for Centennial. Maybe they just want to get some guys in at the end of the half here just to get a little time, knowing that they're not in danger at this point, obviously.
Right, and obviously a chance for them to see more guys in game action.
Absolutely. When
they're, again, trying to fill a lot of holes. Give them an opportunity to get a look at more guys in more situations. Zhang on 4th down is going to be very close. It looks like with the spot, he's going to have it. They are moving the sticks. Needed 3, he got 3.5. Ball spotted just inside the 39-yard line. And cuts back up the middle for Brady Hafferman. And he's got a gain of about 7. And a timeout.
Yep, Centennial calling a timeout with 24 seconds remaining. Talk about things, this half is getting close to being over with.
We'll see if they try to air it out with their backup quarterback, Brody McNamara, under center. I don't know that in 24 seconds, I don't know that you get to the end zone without passing, but
I agree.
They have had a couple of runs that have turned into very big plays. But it'll be 2nd and 3 from the Cardinal 32. Fumble ball on the ground. McNamara able to get back on top of it, no loss. He put it in the gut of Zhang and then tried to pull it back, and he lost the handle.
They're trying to get a play off quickly as we're 10 seconds remaining. We'll see if they can get a play off. They're not going. I don't think they're going to get a play off.
Nope, and that is going to be it. The Cardinals will get the ball to start the second half, but they're going to call a timeout with 1 second remaining. They're going to take one shot at the end zone. But Coon Rapids will get the ball back to start the second half, but in a huge hole, at least 35 points.
Huge.
See what happens here on the last play of the half.
Well, you know, the concerning thing for me is their offense not able to move the ball right now, and that's got to be obviously. If it's concerning for me, I can imagine what Coach Russell is thinking. How do I get my offense going?
Just 3 first downs in the first half for the Cardinals, 2 of them on the opening drive.
All right, well, they're going to field goal. Jeez.
Wow, this will be a 50-yard attempt for Justin Driver. Be impressive. He killed it. It's no good wide left. He had the distance, though.
I like the fact they tried that. You know, you never know when you're going to need him in a game, Joe, and why not let him do it? You know, there's not going to be any time remaining after the kick. Let him try it. If he hits it, great. If he doesn't, you're still up 35-0.
And that is the score as we reach the half. Cardinals in a gigantic hole. You're watching the 2024 high school football season opener on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handicaps and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
back at the Cardinal Sports Center and Centennial. A beautiful start for the Cougars coming back as the defending state champions, and it took no time at all. The opening kickoff fielded at the 3-yard line by Marshawn Carlvin, and he returns it all the way to the Coon Rapids 25. About 6 plays later, they punch it in. First score of the game for Caleb Melzer. Cardinals on their opening drive got into Centennial territory, but then in a desperation mode on third down, they cough it up, and the Cougars turned it into points. First of 2 passing touchdowns. Kellen Binder on the receiving end of that one from 10 yards out. The big one is this one early in the second. Pulled down on the sidelines by Max Johnson, and he takes it to the house, a 60-yard touchdown. And then, of course, the blocked punt. Just a few plays later, that was recovered in the end zone. That was Aiden Evans had a sack on third down and then recovers the punt, block punt in the end zone on the very next play for a touchdown. And you see just 46 yards of offense for the Cardinals in the first half.
Yeah, that's they have not been able to get their offense going. And, you got to give credit to the Centennial defense. They've really doing a good job of winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. They've doing a really good job of forcing plays wide, not allowing Scheller to get around the end. So the Cardinals have the work cut out for them in the second half.
Yeah,
no
Danny
question.
Scheller really has been the only one to gain positive yards for Coon Rapids, but they have keyed on him a little bit stronger, more defensively as the half has gone on. Cardinals just 3 first downs, 2 of them on their opening drive, so they need to get some things figured out. We saw the Cougars bring in their second-string offense for their final drive and then attempt a 50-yard field goal as time expired. So they're going to take some looks at some different pieces. We'll see if the Cardinals do the same as we move through the second half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the offense starts for Centennial in the second half. But you're right, the Cardinals just have to get some flow going. They'll get the ball to start this second half, and they just need some flow on offense. I mean, are they in a big hole? They certainly are. But they just need some continuity on that side of the ball.
Well, I think they'll throw out the first half and try and win the second. Kickoff of quarter number 3 is right after this on CTN. Back at the Cardinals Stadium, just about ready to get the second half underway. Centennial running roughshod on the Cardinals in the first half, scored just about every time they touched the ball, and sometimes they didn't even have to touch the ball. Special teams coming up big with a couple of returns, and then of course the blocked punt that was recovered in the end zone. Justin Driver attempted a 50-yard field goal as time expired in the first half. He had the distance, but pushed it wide left. He's kicked a couple into the end zone for touchbacks, and we'll see if he does the same here to get the second half underway. This one's going to be returnable. Scheller will take it from the 2. Trying to get around the corner and gets an edge. Dives out of bounds close to the 19-yard line, but well shy of the 20.
Yeah, and again, this pursuit to the sideline by that special teams from Centennial. Just a really good job of not letting Danny Scheller get the corner and be able to turn upfield. So
they're going to mark him right at the 20.
We talked about the fact that the Cardinals have plenty of work to do, and they just, I'm sure, had the opportunity to make some adjustments at the break. And we'll see how their offense, if anything changes here in the beginning here for the offense for Coon Rapids.
Adi will hand off to Scheller, met at the line, bounces to his right, looking for room, won't find any. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, second down.
And again, that's just lateral pursuit by the defense that allows them to make that play for no gain. And just you don't have anything to get around the corner. If you're not sealing off the edge on that defense, the defense is going to make a play on the ball, and you're not going to get positive yardage.
Well, again, Danny Scheller established himself as a threat offensively for the Cardinals in the opening drive or two, and Cougars are well aware of it. They're keying on him. They're ready for him. They're expecting the Cardinals, or forcing the Cardinals, to try and beat them some other way.
Oh, wouldn't you shadow them at this point in the game?
Last couple of drives, Cardinals have just been boxed up in their own end. Scheller up the middle, slips the first tackle, and he's out for a gain of about 3, but it'll bring up another 3rd and long.
Again, just a couple of running plays. And you're at 3rd and 7, getting 3 yards on that play, but now you're in a situation where you're going to have to throw the ball again. And I think the key for Jeremy Adi is just getting him some time. He's got to be
in these obvious passing situations, Centennial has brought a lot of pressure on the blitz.
Yeah, they'll bring the house.
Adi steps back, steps forward, and throws long down the right side, and that pass incomplete, intended on the far sideline for Harold Berry.
Well, that time he had the time, he had the protection up front. The guys up front for the Cardinals did a really nice job, but I think did they throw a flag on it? I'm not sure what they called there.
But it is going to go. Was there an interference? I did not see the flag.
I didn't see a flag either.
They marched off 15, so it'll be a first down. Out to the 39-yard line, so a 15-yard penalty. It must have been interference.
Yeah, it had to have been.
I saw Barry asking for a flag as he tried to adjust. And his argument was well received. Handoff goes to Scheller on first down. And there's a flag coming in. He's going to gain about 3, but it's coming back.
Yep. I think that's going to be a hold on the Cardinals. That's exactly what they called. As an offensive lineman, you want to make something happen for the skill position players behind you. You want to be able to open up a hole, and give credit to this Cougar defense. They're just really strong at the point of attack, and they're winning those battles, and it's making difficult decisions for those offensive linemen and how they want to do their blocking schemes. And again, that time you're beat at the point, and you're just trying to do anything you can to avoid a loss behind the line, and you end up holding.
So 1st and 20 from their own 29-yard line. Adi out of the shotgun, empty backfield, looks to his left, throws, and that pass is complete. Braden Waldron has the reception out to the 29-yard line, or 34-yard line.
Yeah, quick throw to Waldron. Then again, the defense is right there to put him on the ground.
Still 2nd and 15. Handoff, Scheller able to spin his way out to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
And again, just a nice little run from Danny there, because he got that blocking up front. And again, when he gets a little burst, he's such a good athlete. He's able to spin away from a tackle and gain some additional yardage. But 3rd and long, not a situation you want to be in. Cardinal faithful looking for something to cheer about.
Well, they've been fighting uphill all game long. They had the 3rd and long earlier that they got the penalty in the 1st down on the pass interference. Adi's chased from the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete. Looking left side for Harold Berry. He would have been well short of the 1st down, and now 4th and long.
And the Cardinals will punt in this situation, and so the first drive of the 2nd half for Coon Rapids gains a little bit of momentum, but eventually they're stopped on 3rd and long.
Evan Hitampa will get his 2nd opportunity to punt. His first was blocked and recovered in the end zone for a touchdown, that after kind of a high snap. He's standing at his own 25-yard line. Good snap. Tampa gets off a good punt. Fielded at the 33, but Carlvin kind of slipped as he fielded it, and he's stopped immediately. Still a decent field position.
Yep. So it looks like a lot of the starters are done for the afternoon for Centennial. Now Coach Diggins getting a look at a lot of players here, and something I'm sure he's very pleased with, an opportunity to see those guys that aren't starters but will be key contributors eventually.
Still got the wing players that are the starters.
Yep.
Handoff goes to Zhang on 1st down, and he forces his way out as far as the 37-yard line, a gain of 3. So you got Zhang as the deep back and the quarterback Brody McNamara, but Tanner Dietrich and Brady Hafferman, who play those 2 wing positions that are so important in the wing T, are still out there.
We have an injured Cardinal, Dorian Solaris, senior linebacker, down on the turf. Certainly hope he's okay. Looking at his lower leg. Jeremy Shepard, of course. And there's a young man that the Cardinals program missing. Kobe Peterson blew out his knee, unfortunately, and as in his senior year, a leader. And I'm telling you, a leader, both on the field, vocally off the field for this team. And we had a chance to go up and talk to him before the game. And say,
it's such a tough loss. You hate to see any high school athlete miss any part of any season, but to miss, you see the knee in the brace, and I believe it was ACL, MCL, and meniscus.
Yeah.
He had work done on all 3, so unfortunately will miss his entire senior season. Just heartbreaking. And again, as you mentioned, not just a member, but a true leader for this team.
Yes, absolutely.
2nd and 7, handoff goes to Dietrich running around the left side. He gains the corner and has the first down, forced out of bounds just shy of midfield.
Yeah, that's a late
and
hit.
The flag is going to give him an extra 15 into Cardinal territory.
I was hoping they weren't going to throw it. I saw it from across the field, and the officials obviously immediately saw it. That those are things that I know you're frustrated as a defense. You've given up 35 points, but you can't do that.
A hit 3 steps out of bounds is going to draw a flag and give your opponent an extra 15 every single time.
You're going to watch it here. And again, great job of getting around the corner and then turns it upfield. There you see.
Oh, I didn't think it was as far out as it was when it was live. But he's clearly out of bounds.
Totally out of bounds. Yeah, absolutely. And just they're going to call that health of the players the most important thing. So they're going to make sure they call that, as you said, every single time.
So instead of being just shy of midfield, it's 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 38-yard line. Handoff goes to Zhang, has a couple of blockers in front of him. He takes it down to the 32. Gain of 7. Guess it was 6. Still working on my math. It's game 1 for me this year too.
Well, I see you have your shoes and socks off, so that's good. That's good planning.
Keeping it, and now a late flip to Halfman, and Halfman's going to have a first down at the 11-yard line. So McNamara pulled it out of the gut of Zhang, and then a late flip to Halfman. He gets the first down, and they're knocking again.
Well, that's just good thinking there by your quarterback. Is again realized he was going to get hit, and there he is right there.
That's how you run the option right there.
Yep, exactly. Smart decision by McNamara.
They will have an opportunity to get a first down. 1st and 10 from the 11. Motion going left. Zhang running that way. He's going to have about 5. Cougars continuing to chew up yardage. They're not reinventing the wheel. It's a lot of the same look. Motions go back and forth. Handoff Halfman. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, easy touchdown for the Cougars there. Again, good blocking up front. And he realized, he thought maybe he'd bounce it to the outside, but realized, look at the hole in the middle for me. My boys up front are creating opportunities, and I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to walk into the end zone, basically.
Well, the wing tee is such an effective high school formation, because if you have a number of options, you can look so similar but have so many different options to go to in so many different directions. And you saw in tight, they collapsed on Zhang, and Halfman had a clean lane. This is Owen Leiter getting the opportunity, and he is putting it through the uprights. It's 42-0.
Yeah, dominant performance by the Cougars, and we talked about the fact that they're missing, or I'm saying missing, but losing 17 seniors from a year ago off of the state defending champion, and they look like they've found some replacements for those young men.
So Leiter came out, took care of the extra point, but Driver will be back out for the kickoff. His first one went out of bounds. Since then, he's been very strong, putting a couple into the end zone, and those that have been returned have been fielded from inside the 5-yard line. And again, he had the distance for the 50-yard field goal attempt at the end of the first half, so he could be a weapon for these Cougars moving forward this season. Good high, deep punt or kick, and no chance for a return as it takes Lifaka into the end zone for a touchback.
5:28 remaining in the third quarter. 42-0 lead for Centennial, and a lot of scratching of heads on that Cardinals sideline on what can we do to get things going? How can we establish some momentum and some continuity on the offensive side of the ball? Defense, they're having a tough battle of their own, but you want your offense to get the ball, move the ball, and not make it quite as easy for Centennial to score.
Yeah, you look at Centennial has scored every time they touch the ball except for the missed field goal at the end of the first half. But to be fair to the defense, even by their first possession, that's more points than the Cardinals have put up on offense.
Yeah.
It's impossible to win football games if you don't score. Play action, Adi throwing right, that pass in and out of the fingertips of Harold Berry.
Yep.
And that has been the struggle as well. You're in this big hole, you know you need to pass, but then if you pass on early downs, you put yourself in a situation where you absolutely have to pass.
Yep.
But they were hoping the run would open up the passing game, but instead it's really gotten to the point where they've shut down the run, forcing the Cardinals to pass, and now the Cardinals passing a little bit to try and open up the run game and get a little more room off the ball as Centennial has been all over him. We've got a Cougar a little slow to get up on the far side. It looks like Dietrich, and that's one of those starting wing players that
we may not see
plays
him
both ways.
We may not see him the rest of the game. We'll see. At this point, it looks. I think it's just a cramp, but still, we'll see. You're up 42-0. Keep some of those guys healthy. Make sure they can come back for next week.
So Cardinals go out of the shotgun. A couple of guys in the backfield. The snap was wide. Adi able to recover it off the ground. A flag comes in.
That's a hold.
He's dropped for a loss of 5, and I bet this is declined.
I would safe to say that penalty is declined. The officials looking over to the sidelines at Centennial, waiting for a decision. But yeah, that was a hold on a bad snap and a play that didn't go anywhere. That's declined. You are correct, Joe Young. What a great football
Well, it's just, it's the right thing to do. Now you're at
the only thing
3rd
to do.
and 15 instead of 2nd and 20.
Only thing to do, in my mind.
Well, 3rd and 14, I guess. They put it at the 16-yard line, but
regardless, at this point in the field,
Adi was running for his life. The snap was way to his left. Got just a piece of it. He was able to scoop it up after it bounced, but then as soon as he did, he picked up his head, and there were a lot of white jerseys running at him.
Yeah, and for the most part, just about every time, I think, except for one maybe drive, you're giving up short fields to
Adi a lot of time, thought about going to Scheller short. Instead, he's tracked back to the 2-yard line and dropped for a sack. Lukenberg finishing him off, and Cardinals will be punting from their own end zone, and that is not what they had hoped for. And we have another Cougar down on the near sideline.
Watch this. He was actually blocked into him.
Scheller made a nice
you couldn't see it there, but he was actually pushed
to kind of open up that sideline. And Adi, unfortunately, reversed course. They're going to put him out at the 4-yard line. I think that's a bit of a gift.
I agree. But now you're in the situation where
4th and 26, I think you're punting.
Yeah, you're punting, but you're another short field.
Yes. Well, and you want to make sure their offense has to come out, though.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Your biggest mission right now, sending your punt unit on there, is make sure that the next snap is Centennial's offense.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully from a long ways away, but
I agree.
It's got to be the offense.
Yeah,
you can't give up
a
a block
nope.
and a score or a return for a score.
Correct.
Which we have not seen Carl Venn return for a score, but we have seen him return the opening kick to the 25, and there was a punt he returned down inside the 15. So he is definitely a threat. And he has not shown a lot of respect to the Cardinals punters.
He has not.
He's only about 20 yards, 25 yards off of the line of scrimmage where he's lining up as the deep back.
So the injured player was Alex Coon of Centennial, but he's walking off under his own power, so I'm certainly glad to see that. And now we can get this punt off from the back of the end zone.
And we've seen two different punters for the Cardinals.
Yep.
And this will be Evan Hitampa again. Hitampa was the one who had the punt blocked for a touchdown. And
Well,
yeah, his heel's right on the
yep.
back line.
And when your return guy can stand at the Cardinal 35, now moving up a little bit closer to the 30, you're guaranteed some pretty good field position.
Oh, that's Max Johnson now, it looks like, instead of Carlvin. Low punt, not very long, but it will take a Cardinal roll to just outside the 30. It looks like they'll touch it down at the 32-yard line. But yes, a very short field again for this Centennial offense that has had no problem chewing up yards.
So after this game, Joe, when this game is finished, the JV team are going to play a couple of quarters here. So they get their action in for the week. So it's tough to do a JV game. It's not tough, but you could do it before the 10 o'clock start, but that's awfully early.
7 a.m. start.
Yep.
7 a.m. is pretty early to start a football game.
Yeah.
Regardless
10 o'clock's
of the
pretty
level.
early in the morning to start a football game, but
Well,
you're
and
right.
again, I think the guys are very used to that.
Yes,
though.
because they're starting practice at early morning, and they're practicing around this time of day.
Keeper for McNamara, and he's down to the 25-yard line, a gain of about 6.
We have a Cardinal down, a little slow to get up. He seems to be okay.
Looks like we will have
Jazzy
running
Morris.
time for the entire fourth.
Correct.
Short of the Cardinals scoring at least 8 before this third quarter expires. Again on the keeper, McNamara off the left side is going to be stopped short of the first down, but it'll be third and very short. Third and a not very long one.
Nope.
Again, McNamara on the keeper off the right side this time, has the first down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, again, just good blocking up front. McNamara just realizing he's going to keep the ball. He's going to tuck it. He's got plenty of room to run to pick up that first down. Keep this drive alive for the second-team offense, mostly second-team offense. Probably now at this point, it's all second-team offense.
Yeah, they've got some different wing players in, as we talked about. Tanner Dietrich a little shaken up.
Yep.
Handoff goes to Jaden Holden. He's one of those new wing players. He cuts back and spun around, finally taken down. You see where they put his forward progress. Looks like just about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And it will be 2nd and 10. McNamara again. No, Jean got it this time, and he's going to be down to the 6, maybe the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
It'll bring it up another 3rd and short.
Minute and a half remaining in quarter number 3. And as you mentioned, Joe, running time in the fourth quarter, unfortunately, against the Cardinals.
So 3rd and about 2 from the 5-yard line. Volo in the back, it's Darnell Mardis in the backfield now, and this one blown dead. False start. And that's something else. They have not committed a lot of penalties, the Cougars, which has helped their offense continue to move forward. But this will back them up, 3rd and 7 now from the 10. Handoff in the middle, ball is out, Cardinals have it, and that's a huge stop. Maybe a little bit of confidence builder for the Cardinal defense.
They just needed something good to happen, and they need to prevent scores, and that's exactly what they did on that drive. Has this been the prettiest game for them? Certainly not, but you'll take any positives that you can as you see the ball squirting loose. And Elijah Hibbler fell on it for Coon Rapids.
So the Cardinals will take over from their own 13-yard line, under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, Scheller, big hole up the middle. He's got a first down out close to the 25. And I don't know that the Cardinal offense has opened up a hole like that all afternoon or all morning.
They have not.
It's hard to fathom it's morning.
Yeah, I know. It's still, we're close to noon. We've got about 5 minutes left here on Friday morning, August 30th.
28 years of watching high school sports, thought we'd seen it all until this morning. We had never had a 10 a.m. Friday start for a football game, especially the season opener. Handoff, Scheller had a hole but got tripped up. And that little shoestring tackle for Centennial saved possibly a very big gain, and
yes,
so held to just 3 yards.
On that, we'll see if they get a playoff or if they'll wait to the 4th.
Looks like we will go to the 4th quarter. The Cardinals trailing the Cougars 42-0. You're watching the season opener on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Back at the Cardinals Stadium, Cougars have felt right at home here, opening their season up 42-0. Well, swing pass goes to Scheller. He's got some room. Biggest play of the morning for the Cardinals on offense as he's forced out near midfield.
Well, just like you needed something good to happen on defense, you also need something good to happen offensively for this Cardinal squad. And again, just a nice play, looking at a couple of different options and then throwing it to a safety valve, Scheller. And we've talked about what an athlete Danny Scheller is, and he's able to get open space and pick up some nice yardage.
17-yard gain. He was forced out at the 45-yard line. But even first downs have been hard to come by for the Cardinals. That's their 6th of the morning, and they've had 2 on the last 3 plays.
They have.
They only had 3 in the first half. Adi going over the top, looking for Cyril Lifaka. May have had room on the outside, which is where Adi put it. Lifaka got a little turned around.
You can hear Red. Always can hear Red.
He's here. He's fired up. He's trying to.
He's always fired up.
Do what he can to get his boys motivated. Handoff goes to Scheller. He's out to the 48.
That Red
down.
That Red, what an animal. I love it.
Marked up. As far as the 49, it'll be 3rd and 6. Adi rolling to his right. Pitch is late to Scheller. Scheller looking for a hole, won't find one. Stopped right at midfield. It'll be 4th and 5.
Yeah, you know, we were talking at the break. I'm sure there's a number of second-string defenders in for the Cougars, and they're taught the right way to pursuit of the ball. You saw him again there, doing a nice job of pursuing to Scheller, not letting him get around the edge, and then making sure they bring him down.
Yeah, we talk about, you know, a defending state champion in Centennial. Yes, they lost 17 seniors, including the majority of their skill position players, but they play a system and they are coached a system well, and they stay in that system, and that system works. Adi with time, looks over the middle, that pass incomplete. Harold Berry had a step, and it was just a little too far in front of him, and the Cardinals will turn it over on down.
Yeah, again, that's just an unfortunate situation because Harold Berry did have a step behind 2 defenders, or ahead of 2 defenders, and that pass just couldn't find him. That may have been a score had he been able to connect with him on the run, because he gained a little space between the defenders and himself, but the pass just was not there.
And the clock continues to roll. The Cougars will come out and, I assume, continue to run the ball and continue again to stay in that system that is.
Why wouldn't you?
It works, and they have the athletes to make it work. And you see, it is their offense really has not missed much of a beat going from first string to second string.
Nope.
Heptisa Bullo is the deep back now behind McNamara. He will get the carry and be met immediately and forced backwards. No gain, 2nd down.
Clock at under 7 minutes now.
Hand off again to Bullo. He's going to get a couple of yards this time, but not a lot there in the middle of the defense. It'll be 3rd and long.
So we'll see.
As soon as I say they haven't missed much of a beat going from first to second string, now they're being slowed a little bit, but Again, Zhang was technically, I suppose, the number 2 deep back, and this is the number 3 deep back in Bolo.
Well, I think you kind of want this situation for your squad. You want to see what they can do in a 3rd and long situation, see if they can convert. I mean, you're up 42-0. What do you have at this point? Or they could just hand the ball off and get it.
This time a huge hole right side, and Bolo's got the first down.
Yeah, they can ostensibly just run this game out at this point.
And I believe that's essentially the plan for Coach Mike Diggins and the Cougars.
And congrats to Coach Diggins and his staff for coming here and putting a good game plan together and really dominating this game from start to finish.
Yeah, it was nice to see him too.
Yes.
I mean, he's a long-time coach.
Great guy.
Obviously, there were a number of years there that we did not see the other Northwest suburban teams as Coon Rapids dropped down. Played some 5A ball for a while, and so it's nice to see. I haven't seen him in a while. We did not do last year's Centennial game. That was covered by North Metro. Lehman on the carry this time, and healthy gain will set up 2nd and 3. Hand off to Lehman again, gets behind the line on the right side. He's going to be close to another first down.
Might be just a bit short. Let's see where they put it.
Either first down or it's 3rd and inches. Looks like it will be 3rd and inches. Third and half the length of a football.
Quarterback sneak. Oh.
Handoff comes back to the near side, and a lot of room for the tight end, who is not on my roster.
Hey, guess what? He's not on mine either.
Xavier Bonifacius making his first appearance on CTN of the season.
No, I think that's his brother Xander.
Xander Bonifacius.
Yeah, that's Xander Bonifacius.
Well, he picked up 16 and sets him up 1st and 10 from the 15 of Coon Rapids.
I think they actually have a younger brother in that family, Zeke. Zeke Bonifacius.
Xavier, Xander, and Zeke. Handoff up the middle for Darnell Martis. He's going to gain a couple.
Tough for that big goose egg to be on the scoreboard for Coon Rapids.
3-yard gain sets up 2nd and 7 from the 12. Handoff this time for Jaden Holden. He's got another first down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, again, just keeping the ball, running the ball, just running the clock out. Like to, as if Centennial, to try and cap it off with a score, but defense would love to be able to stop it here before the final 2 minutes of this contest. Oh.
Handoff, ball comes out, good hit, and the Cardinals recover a fumble for the 2nd drive in a row.
I'll tell you what, that was an aggressive play by the defender.
It was a huge hit.
I believe that was number 30, I think it was 30, Demario Garcia.
And then it was recovered by DeMilone Jones. So the Cardinals are able to avoid giving up any more points. They will take over deep in their own end. It looks like they'll spot it at the 6-yard line. But yeah, it was
Hey, they need those.
fast on the ball by Garcia.
They need those opportunities. They don't have a lot to cheer
Yeah,
about today.
as I said after the last one, hopefully something to get a little confidence and momentum into your defense. Deep in their own end, they run left side, no room there. It's not Danny Scheller. I did not see. That's Andrew Person. Oh no, sorry,
No.
wrong roster. How about Joitza? Knew that we'd seen number 12.
Yep.
Now as a running back, gains a couple.
Oh. Yeah, Scheller had the pads off after the last opportunity. Adi's still in there.
Fake the give to Joitza. Adi on the keeper, cuts all the way back to the left side. Ball comes out. It's booted into the end zone. The Cardinals scoop it up. Got to get out of the end zone. Shaking bacon and stood up inside the 5-yard lines. Lifaka doing everything he can to able to at least get back into the field of play.
Well, ball security's been an issue for the Cardinals. There's no question here this morning and early afternoon. You're going to see it again. Just
Adi trying to do anything and everything he can.
Got punched
Ball
out.
punched free and then kicked into the end zone.
And fortunately, he got out of that end zone to make sure that.
So the Cardinals are not going to snap this from their own 3-yard line. It's 3rd and long, and that's how the game will end. The Cardinals only give up 7 points in the second half. They do force a couple of turnovers. Those are the positives you have to try and hold on to, because there's a lot of question marks, and obviously that first half was very rough, both offensively and defensively. Just 3 first downs for your ball club in the first half.
Yeah, do you have some things to work on? Yeah, absolutely. They play Osseo next week, who lost to Maple Grove last night, 55-0. So now maybe an opportunity for a team right there to get back on an opportunity and winning, and see if they can get a game against the Orioles on their turf. But they'll have a week to prepare, week to prepare, and they will see what they can do against Osseo on the road a week from tonight.
And we will certainly be there, but before then, we get to see the volleyball team as they host the Anoka Tornadoes on Wednesday night. We'll be at Osseo on Friday for football, and our first look at the girls' tennis team against Osseo on Tuesday the 10th. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Centennial 42, Coon Rapids 0. I want to thank Ebony Outfit for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. To the entire crew, including Neil Highlights Hennon and Josh Hudbig. Of course, my friend Howie Shapiro, and our statistician extraordinaire Harley Schultz. I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.